it's my place. You know, it's my love and my passion. It's the place where, I guess, like a vault where I store everything that revolves around my art is here. Everything. So you look around and you'll see bits and pieces of reference material for paintings that I've made, or just things that I've come across in my journey, I guess you could say. It is a piece too as well though, because it is an art project that never ends. Well, in 2005 when I found the place with Paul Wu, we originally started with 3 walls, and we were drawers back then. I didn't paint back then. It was just strictly drawing, and we needed a flat surface to draw on. So we built 3 walls upstairs, and the rest of the place was tin. And then it just kind of manifested from there. I mean, it just started growing, and then became an addiction, and then became a passion, and now it's just me, I guess you could say. It's like you're driving down the street and boom, you get slapped in the face with something that's creative, and because this is what I do, and because I love doing it so much, I just go and I do it. I don't even question the idea, as bizarre or far-fetched as it is. My creativity comes from deep down, so I don't need to really question that, because it is me. And when you start questioning it, I find that I make it first and then I'll question it afterwards, I guess. What happens more inside. It's not more of a physical action, it's a mental action. So it's hard to explain, but when I come up with an idea, I can see it finished already in my mind. And because I've done it so much, I know the steps towards the conclusion. So, like, say, for instance, a painting. If I envision a painting of a tree, say, I'll know each brush stroke that needs to be taken to create the leaves and the branches, and all the way down to the roots. I can just see that, and when I make the painting, it always looks exactly how I imagine it. So that's the step that I go towards mentally. Physically, then I just got to figure out which materials I need and how much time it's going to take, and even that I can tell just by imagining what the outcome is going to be. Kindergarten, Mrs. Smith's class, and I remember drawing Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's the first thing that I remember doing, and it's just a big head thing with these little hands, but the teacher liked it so much she put it up on the wall for everybody to see, and from that point on I would be drawing like wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that, posing, and their heads may be shifted over a little bit, but they look pretty good. Yeah, it just kind of blossomed from there. My mother is an artist. She doesn't practice anymore, but she worked with oil paintings and did a lot of like scenic landscapes of like farm machinery. But when she had kids, she stopped, and I've been pushing her to get her back at it. But other than that, the only other artist that is linked to my family tree is Gainsborough, and you might recognize him from this painting right there. It's the Blue Boy. So that guy is that's one of my ancestors, and other than that, that's all that I know. I go on in here. This is it's just me inside of a tin can, really. Let's see, what do I do when I put up all the blank canvases, and what I'll usually do is I'll pull my chair back into the center and just sit there and just kind of, I don't know, I don't want to put a word to it. It's not really meditate or anything like that, but it's kind of just like being, just enjoy, because the work's gonna start, and once it starts, I don't stop. So this is my time to kind of relax and yeah, I guess I relax before, I don't relax afterwards, because, well, the afterwards, well, there may not be an afterwards. How do I describe my art? I guess I would describe it as a form of progression for myself. It's like a visual diary of who I am, because I'm influenced by things that I do, and I guess I wanna leave something behind when I'm gone, and I don't write a journal or a diary. So that's what it is. It's a visual diary, a progression of Brent. The new work that I'm doing now is more, I started off as an abstract painter, and when you're an abstract painter, you do get lost in, or I get lost in a trance, because my work back then was quick and intuitive, and there was no time to really think. So your mind kind of just goes into this trance-like state, where you're kind of conscious, but you're unconscious at the same time. And you just kind of forget about everything else that's going around you. And I've told friends when, you know, they want to come and watch, and I say, listen, don't be offended, but I'm really going to forget that you're even here, you know. And that's, you know, you forget about time, you forget about everything. And it was, it's like going to the gym and working out. You're there, you feel great, you have energy pumping, and you're moving, and yeah. These paintings here, there's 4 that are based off of Vancouver's exotic nightlife, the strip clubs, you could say. I wanted to do something that was based around that because of my history with the strip industry. So I went around to every place that either I had worked at, or I had been to, or I've known of, or is known in Vancouver, and I thought I'd take a bunch of shots artistically. Exotic dancing, stripping. It's a word that a lot of people frown upon, and it's very interesting because I'm coming at it from an artist's point of view and an artist's perspective, and it's just, I just think people are kind of funny that way, you know, when they cringe when they, not just cringe, but they pass judgment on someone because of things that they do. Now, stripping, it started for me, it must have been about 4 years ago. The idea of even becoming a stripper for me stemmed from art performances. I started doing performance art in 2005, and that's where you're up in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people painting, exposing your artistic side, so to speak. I wanted to do a performance. Back then I was very out there. I was wild. I was just beginning to enjoy performance art, and I thought, what would be the ultimate performance? And I thought, getting naked in an art gallery and painting completely exposed without anybody knowing. That's just an idea. Like I said, I'm driving and boom, an idea comes. That was my idea that year. And so the next step, how do you do it? You know, I no formal training in dancing, never done that other than taking clothes off for, you know, one person, let alone, you know, hundreds or thousands, which I've done many times now. So I went and started the process, and just this one person, nothing else, and he's got the attention of everybody. And that's when I said, that's what I want. I have to learn how to do this. All is like one big project. And that's kind of that's kind of where it all started and how it all kind of panned out. And lots of little stories in between, but they're, yeah. The guns. Oh, my beautiful guns. I started collecting plastic guns. As you saw downstairs, I got a whole slew of them. They're dollar store guns that I've bought, collected, and refurbished, so to speak. I would take them and spray paint them and then hang them so that they look like art. They're a mass-produced object. They're an object that can carry a double meaning. You got your war, you got your killing, this and that. They can also be seen as an object that can protect. But for me, I find them kind of sexy. They're a gun. They're a masculine object, so to speak. I wanted to create something that was, when you look at it, you have a feeling where you have a feeling of unease. You're not sure what you want to think about them, but you know from past experience what this object is capable of doing. So I thought, hey, instead of making a gun that kills, let's make a gun that shoots flowers. Something that is beautiful and carries multiple connotations like life and rebirth and beauty and just all goodness coming out of this object that could be seen to kill. I'd like to be known for doing this, for creating, for hopefully making a change, to change people's perception, I guess you could say, about something that they would either normally not think about or normally would think something, I guess, negative about. But at the same time, I don't know, I guess I just want to be known for as an artist who doesn't just do one thing, but does many things. Eclectic artist, but not only eclectic, but someone who's very progressive and makes a lot of art. If you can change someone's perception based on what you do, then that alone is something that is iconic and legendary, you could say. So that would be my legacy. That would be it. I don't know, and I guess I want to be known as a sweetheart. I don't know.